This was once the world's first smartphone, BlackBerry. During its peak period, it nearly monopolized the global mobile phone market. But it wasn't long before it plummeted within just a few months. And today it has completely disappeared from the mobile phone market. In the late 19th century, founder Mike took his self-developed product to approach investment company executive Jim. But after listening to Mike and Doug's presentation, Jim rejected them on the spot. Mike and Doug had no choice but to return to their company dejected, because they couldn't secure orders or investment for a long time. Mike desperately needed funds to keep the company running. The shortage of funds left Mike, who only understood technology, with nowhere to turn. Just as the company was about to collapse, Jim suddenly came knocking at their door. It turned out he had fallen out with the senior management of his original company and resigned from his executive position in anger. The reason he came to find Mike was because he believed Mike's product was unprecedented and could potentially change the communication methods of that time. But Jim's conditions surprised both men. He promised he could help them sell the phones, provided he got 50% of the shares, and he must serve as CEO. Mike, considering the company's predicament, ultimately chose to accept the agreement. Jim invested $120,000 in cash in exchange for 33% of Mike's shares. On his first day at work, Jim asked Mike how long it would take to make a prototype, but Mike said it would take a year. At this point, their progress was already seriously behind schedule. Plus, the company's operational situation was poor. Jim firmly demanded that Mike complete it as soon as possible. Early the next morning, Jim directly called to contact telecommunications companies and schedule a product presentation, but they only had one day. Therefore, Jim required Mike and all employees to produce a prototype within one day. Under enormous pressure, Mike led his team to work through the night and finally completed the first prototype before dawn. The next day, both men entered the telecommunications company's executive conference room. Jim, drawing on years of experience, presented the product's value and innovation points thoroughly, but was met with cold mockery from one of the executives, because the executive discovered that Jim was not a technical person at all. Jim was left speechless on the spot. Just then, Mike stepped forward. He used technical analysis to explain the operational details and development direction in detail, and even proposed expansion ideas that the other party hadn't even thought of. After hearing these explanations, the executive immediately realized that the product before them might truly revolutionize the communication methods of that time.